I like how Bran is just chilling in the weirwood, or whatever it's called. That's the theme here. It's like, it's called this, but maybe it's not. I might be wrong. But I really like how he's chilling out. Like, oh my god. Like, there's a scene where he's like, I'm gonna go now, and I literally thought he was gonna leave. Like, I thought he was just gonna wheel himself away from the battle and just like, you guys can handle this. Like, I did not think he was gonna start, being a warg or whatever. Warging out. Whatever it's called. Which, honestly, I feel like he was gone for so long that I don't think he was in the Ravens. I think that's kind of like a red herring. Like, yeah, he was in the Ravens or the Crows or whatever for a little bit, and he, like, was checking out the Night King, but I don't think he was watching the Night King the whole time. Like, I think he was doing something. Like, he went somewhere. And I think that's important, and I feel like we're gonna get that information next episode. He was up to something, okay? This dude is sneaky as hell. I do think it's funny that he just shows up out of nowhere all the time. It's really funny. And I do think that he is in his emo teenage years. So throughout the episode, in my notes, I was literally writing, "You can play Steodon," like with some of the characters. Like, can you imagine, like, a 100 Game of Thrones crossover? Except not really, because the 100 is Game of Thrones. Because they kill off all of their characters for no reason. Actually, I feel like Game of Thrones has more of a reason than the 100 at this point. Have you guys been watching season 6? I've watched episode 1 because that just premiered, and I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, this character only had like 0.2 seconds on the screen, and you're like, bye! Something that I wrote down is that with the Night King and like the walking towards Bran, I wrote down, Night King is strolling into Godswood like this is Baywatch. It is. Like, he was walking so slow. Like, literally at the top of the page I wrote, he's walking really slow, and then at the bottom I'm like, he's still walking really slow. Pick up the pace. I really thought the Night King was gonna speak too. And when he was like, he goes up to Bran, I'm like, is the Night King gonna say something? Because normally they don't talk, so I thought it would be like this plot twist, like, they can talk or something. Like, the White Walkers can talk, but no. And when Arya killed the Night King, I wrote, Arya just killed Night King, what? Oh shit! Like, I got really excited. I just realized something. I never talked about Brienne being knighted, but I'll get back to that. Oh yeah, I was really happy when Jorah died, because I didn't like him, and I've been waiting this whole time. And I don't know how I feel about Melisandre, just like, bye, I'm gonna go walk out into the snow now. With my Deadpool, I got a 5 out of 7 correct. So just like flashing over to that, I said that Lyanna was gonna be alive. She was not. So Uriel said that he thought that if Lyanna dies, then Jorah would take her place. But because of that, I was like, oh, Jorah's gonna be alive too. I was wrong. I was convinced about this, but I was also convinced Lyanna wasn't gonna die. And so, and Uriel kept being like, oh no, Lyanna's gonna die. And I'm like, no. Let me have hope. I should have been more cynical. I said Dolorous Ed was gonna die. He did. And I was right. And I said that Beric Dondarrion, aka One-Eyed Willie, which is how I referred to him in my notes, because I couldn't remember his name. I said he was gonna die. He did. I said Melisandre was gonna die. She did. I said that Jorah Mormont was gonna be alive. He died, so I was wrong about that one. And then I said Theon Greyjoy was gonna die. I thought that one was pretty obvious, just because you could tell that his fight was over. 100 jokes. But, no, but I felt like Theon was gonna die just because his arc was over, like, you could tell. And then I said the Night King dies, and I was right. He did. He really did. But I want to flash over to Brienne for a second. I really like that she became knighted. I like that Jaime was there, he knighted her, and he's like, any knight can knight a knight can knight anyone. There's an odd sentence there. And I really liked how Brienne became knighted, and it was just like such a powerful moment in that scene, and I really enjoyed that scene. And I liked how when she stood up, there's fire behind her, showing that she does have power, and it felt like such a good moment. I did write down that she's gonna die. I don't want her to die, it's just I felt like at this point, just thinking about writing wise, I was like, it kind of makes sense if they wanted to kill her off. And it's Game of Thrones, so you kind of need to be cynical anyways. I did say Jaime's gonna die too. I think they're gonna get together in this next episode. They didn't die, so they're obviously gonna get together, right? You know? But the adrenaline's still going, so maybe, I don't know. But I think they're gonna get together. I don't think it's, long term they're gonna die, but I do think there's gonna be a scene between them. I kind of feel like, she's been in love with Renly and she can't get that reciprocated love, so maybe with Jaime she can. And Jaime can finally be like, oh right, I should be in love with my sister. I should maybe find someone outside of my family. Maybe. And another theory, another thing I want to discuss, that I just remembered is when Melisandre is talking about the eye color. Where does it say? Oh, I have I have legit 7 notes for this. 7 pages of notes. So Melisandre says that you're gonna kill someone with brown eyes, green eyes, and blue eyes. Brown eyes, I think, was referring to some other person, so whatever, let's not worry about that. Or maybe we will, who knows. And then she said blue eyes. Blue eyes was the Night King, but she said green eyes. And I don't know if she killed someone with green eyes yet. She killed a lot of people, so I mean, maybe she did. But I think that green eyes could refer to Cersei, but I don't know if it's gonna be like Arya kills the Night King and kills Cersei, like 2 major players that we need to get off the board. I think that the green eyes would refer to Cersei because of that line, which I have written down. I have it vaguely memorized, I just remember her eyes are described like wildfire. Oh, something really funny that I thought in the books, like on page 16, there's a guy named Lord Sunglass, and that was like the funniest thing to me. Also, crowns are really important. I could make a whole video on like the description of crowns, but like if you're reading the book, pay attention to the way they describe crowns, because the way the crowns are described reflect the people, especially with Theon. Like Theon's crown, when he takes over Winterfell, is very like telling of his character. Page 533, Clash of Kings. Candlelight gleamed green as wildfire in Cersei's eyes. So her eyes are green, and the actress's eyes, I believe, are green as well. So it's safe to say that Arya would kill Cersei. But then there's that whole, like, I don't remember this from the books nor the show, so I don't know when this is said. But I've only read the first 2 books, but Uriel assures me that there is a prophecy that Cersei's gonna die by the hand of one of her younger brothers, and it is said that Jaime is the younger twin. So logically, maybe he kills her for some reason, like because he already has this break with her, like he's like done with her now. If he has green eyes, then maybe Arya kills Jaime after Jaime kills Cersei, but I don't know why she's killing Jaime. I do think it's safe to say that she's gonna try to kill Cersei at least. Oh, one more thing that I rewatched that episode, by the way, episode 3. I did not take notes the second time around, except for one time, because I thought it was really interesting to think about it. So the Hounds and One-Eyed Willie are talking, and the Hound is like, you can't beat death. And the scene had already passed before I wrote the notes, so I can't really quite remember what he wrote, or what One-Eyed Willie said over here, but he either said something along the lines to Arya, like, about Arya, like, showing, like, the camera flashed over to Arya fighting the dead, and he's like, oh, she can, or she's trying to, or something, or I think it was like, she can beat death. And I thought that was so interesting thing to say that I didn't catch the first time. It's like, oh, she can beat death. Then she meets Melisandre, who's saying, what do we say to the god of death? Not today. And then she goes kill the Night King. I feel like that whole thing is kind of connected, like showing, like the Night King literally can raise the dead. So you can kind of see, and he brings the dead with him, so he could be the embodiment of death in a way. Kind of like an interesting thing to think about, like, oh, she's the only one who could beat death. Like, it was like a little foreshadowing. I wonder if it was a foreshadowing, but it felt like that when I rewatched it. And I don't know what else to talk about. It's a good show. As someone who likes to overanalyze things when I'm not forced to, it's awesome. Like, honestly, I could write essays on Game of Thrones. But like if I had to for school, I would be like, ew, I hate this show. I hate this book. You know, like if I'm not being forced into it, I love overanalyzing shows, and that's what I'm doing here. Like I love overanalyzing the show because it's so much fun. I might be stretching it a lot with like, oh, fire means power. Like anyone who stands in front of fire has more power in that scene, but a lot of the times it does hold up, and it's super weird. Like it holds up a lot of the times, not every time, but a majority of the time I've noticed it. I hope Ghost is alive. I think he is. I just think their CGI budget keeps getting cut, so they're just like, okay, he's alive, but we're not going to show you. Okay, there was like one sex scene in this season so far, and I feel so happy about that. It's like, yes! I don't know about you guys, but I don't like watching sex scenes or watching nudity, especially with another person there, so it was awkward watching this show. I was just like, the whole time. I think the show is great. I keep saying that because I'm trying to wrap up this and then I keep talking, but overall Game of Thrones is good. So many layers, so many things to think about. I highly recommend it if you don't watch it but you wanted to watch me spoil everything. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode video of this show. Can you tell I've been talking for too long? I am tired. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video, and happy watching. Bye! It is really hot in my room. Like, I swear to God, I'm sweating. Like, what happened to the air? It's usually fucking cold in my house, but okay. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I'm sitting on my feet. Like, I don't know if I know I'm short, so it probably looks like I'm standing, but but I'm sitting on the floor of the White Walkers. And why is my dog barking in the background? So a little bit. Also, sorry for my dog in the back. I don't know what she's barking at. Like, it's probably like an iguana in the backyard, because one is not. I just wanted to show off my necklace that my mom got me from the Renaissance Fair. It's so pretty. But I'm good. I think I'm done talking about Game of Thrones. It's great. Again, I do really enjoy the show just because there's aspects that I don't enjoy as much, like Jorah. I can't even talk anymore, it's been too long. I don't like Drago or I'm so tired. Shining down upon the Grey River as it rushed around the charred bones of sunken ships. What is happening? Remember back in the day when Jon ends up past the wall, he's with the wildling and his clothes are... It's funny. My boyfriend says that his favorite show is Game of Thrones, but based on how many freaking notes I take, it's mine. And it's not even my favorite show. Like, have you not watched Crazy Ex-Girlfriend? Like, and I don't take this kind of notes for Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Hi. So there is a giant iguana outside, and so I put her in the kennel until she finally calms down, or at least until I finish my video. This is gonna be a long ass episode. Video. I am so tired already. I feel like it's been like 10 hours.